A Russian woman is crucified by her ex-boyfriend when she tries to leave him. And I mean that all too literally. The jilted lover nails her to a wooden board, then sets her on fire. And wait until you hear how he's planning to avoid jail time for it. I'm Chris. This is your recap. At 40 years old, Oksana Kuzmenko is lucky to be breathing. This woman looked the Grim Reaper in the face and lived. The things she went through will leave you speechless. So, what happened? Like most horror stories, this one starts as a love story. It's October 2023 in Yekaterinburg in eastern Russia. Oksana is a successful recruitment manager when she starts dating a 33-year-old welder, Oleg Shchegolikhin. Little does she know, this is not a good guy. Oleg has a dark past. Hijacking, robbing people, battery, drunk driving, you name it, he's been charged with it. And in this case, what she doesn't know about her new boyfriend will definitely hurt her. This is Oksana before she met Oleg, and this is her after dating the 33-year-old. He gives her those horrific injuries when she tries to break up with him at work. Since he happens to work in a car repair garage, he's got everything he needs to really make her suffer. First, he beats her, then he nails her hands and feet to a wooden plank. When she can't move or defend herself, well, I'll let you listen to her testify about what he did to her next.
Снялся подвиг, взял левую ногу, забил туда гвоздь, ногу, видимо, это не удовлетворило, правую ногу он взял какую-то деталь от автомобиля, винтообразную, как штопор, сантиметров 7-10, и закрутил данный колющий предмет в правую ногу. При этом также говорил, что бьет меня. Время дал до 4 часов утра. Достал сигарету, зажигалку. И поднес зажигалку вот к этой струйке бензина.
Have you ever heard of anything so twisted? But wait, before you answer that, it gets worse. Oksana is burning like a candle, so Oleg grabs a fire extinguisher, but he doesn't use it yet. He stands there holding it, smoking a cigarette, watching her burn. I'll never understand how you can love someone, then do such hateful things to them. Of all of the twisted stories we've told you about, this has got to be one of the worst. Because as horrible as this all is, it's what he does next that seems extra cruel. He put out the flames, then tore the skin off her hand? She's already suffering the worst kind of pain, but he has to add just a little more? He wants to make sure she always has a daily reminder of him, thanks to the scars he left her with. The fact that this woman can stand in front of him in court and testify about what he did to her is so brave. But, of course, testifying in court is nothing compared to the courage she had to show to save her own life. Here's what happens after he puts out the flames. I know I keep saying this, but honestly, you're not going to believe what he does next. He orders her to get behind the wheel and drive him to another city about 43 miles away. She's obviously afraid to get in the car with him because all she can think about is how easy it will be for him to finish her off and leave her body where no one can find her. There's a lot of thick forest between here and there. But she's not strong enough to refuse, so they set off in the car. Then she gets an idea. She crashes into another car. Now both cars have to stop, and just like that, she's not alone with this monster anymore. Oleg realizes if he sticks around, he's going straight to jail. So he makes a run for it. When police show up, they're shocked at what they find. Oksana has terrible burns all over her face and body. Plus, she's been beaten within an inch of her life, and the skin is peeled away deliberately in some areas. Luckily, the doctors are able to save her life. But here's my question to you. How do you punish a guy like this? What kind of justice, short of a firing squad, could there be for a man who could do this to a woman he claims to love? Yes, love. His lawyer says Oleg swears he loves Oksana and never actually wanted to kill her when he nailed her to a board and set her body on fire. A Russian court gave him 12 years in prison for the way he shows his love. Now, a Russian prison isn't exactly comfortable, but does it compare to Oksana's life-altering experience? Not really, but Oleg's not going to be behind bars for long. At first, he intended to appeal his sentence, but then he decided that the best way to show his ex-girlfriend just how much he loves her would be to fight in the war against Ukraine. Here's what that's all about. It used to be that if Russian prisoners went to battle, they could get a pardon and earn their freedom after 6 months. But, according to the BBC, they don't offer that sweet deal anymore. Now, prisoners have to fight until the end of the war if they want a pardon and a life without prison bars. More than 50,000 violent felons have done it. And now we can add one more. Oleg will most likely be unleashed on the Ukrainian people soon. And if he makes it out alive, he'll be back on the dating scene. Can you believe that? Let's talk about it in the comments. And if you like getting all the crime in half the time, remember to give this a like and subscribe so you never miss a recap. Amy and I are here 3 times a week. Until next time, stay safe out there. It's a crazy world.